guys, what's going on, and welcome back to our channel. Many celebs have worked hard to make their name as an individual rather than collecting fame through their parents. Out there are many celebs who have famous parents, but they don't like talking about them. Let's have a look at the 10 celebs you didn't know had famous parents. Number 10, Jessica Capshaw. Most of you probably know Jessica from her role as Arizona Robbins, the head of pediatric surgery on the long-running ABC show Grey's Anatomy. She first appeared on the show in 2009 and was there for over 9 years. What everyone may not know about Jessica Capshaw is that her mom is actress Kate Capshaw, best known for playing nightclub singer Willie Scott in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Jessica has also been playing the role of stepdaughter to Steven Spielberg since he married her mom in 1991.
All due respect to Dr. Kenley, he was a wonderful physician, but I'm surprised that he followed this course of treatment for so long.
Number 9, O'Shea Jackson Jr. Given that his name is O'Shea Jackson Jr., his dad is obviously O'Shea Jackson. However, if that name doesn't sound familiar, that may be because you probably know the senior Jackson by his stage name Ice Cube. In 2012, under the stage name OMG, O'Shea released a rap mixtape, but is much more familiar to the public as an actor. Jr. has appeared in such films as Long Shot and Godzilla King of the Monsters. But his most talked about performance was his film debut, where he played his dad in the movie Straight Outta Compton.
That is what I said, but it is more complicated than that, Q.
Number 8, Lenny Kravitz. For those of you who only know Lenny Kravitz as an actor in the Hunger Games movie, you're missing out on one of the greatest musicians of the 1990s and 2000s. In fact, for 4 years straight, from 1999 to 2002, Kravitz won the Grammy for Best Male Rock Vocal Performance. His dad, Cy Kravitz, produced TV news at NBC, and his mom was actress Roxy Roker. In 1974, when Lenny was 10 years old, the family moved up to LA, where Roxy scored the role of Helen Willis on The Jeffersons. Roker played one half of the first Caucasian African-American married couple on primetime TV.
Why are you so sensitive all of a sudden? He's not the only one.
Number 7, Chris Pine. Chris is a huge Hollywood star whose name on the marquee is enough to bring an audience to any movie. You may not know Chris's father by his name, but there's a very good chance you've seen him on television at least once or twice. In fact, his dad, Robert Pine, appeared in over 400 episodes of television over the course of his almost 50 years in the business. His many roles are too numerous to name, but he's best known for his role as Sergeant Joseph Carrera on the show Ships. He also guest starred on an episode of Charlie's Angels.
Be back next season?
I don't know. At the moment, we are sweating out a pickup whether we are back for a 7th season.
Number 6, Miles is a star who has been on the rise in Hollywood since just the last 2 years. He's had roles in the movies Blockers Halloween and on the 11th season of X-Files, where he played Scully and Mulder's teenage son. Robbins was born in 1992 and got his first taste of life on a movie set. Only a few years later, in 1999, he played the role of Boy in Church in the thought-provoking film Dead Man Walking. While we don't know specifics about the audition process, we're going to assume that there was some nepotism involved. We can see his mom, Susan Sarandon, was the lead actress in the film he was a part of, and his dad, Tim Robbins, wrote and directed that movie.
This was my first experience of spending like a month.
Number 5, Riley Keough. Riley made her feature film debut in 2010 in the film The Runaways. Her big break came in 2016 when she starred in the first season of The Girlfriend Experience. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association couldn't help falling in love with her performance on the show and honored her with a Golden Globe nomination. At this point, those of you with suspicious minds are probably very curious about who her famous parents are. You might be all shook up to know that her mom is none other than Lisa Marie Presley. No, her dad isn't Lisa Marie's ex-husband, the King of Pop, but her grandfather is the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley.
I was just gonna go get some pills.
Number 4, Rashida Jones. Jones starred in one of the best comedies of the 2000s, I Love You Man. She played the title character in the funny TNT series Angie Tribeca, and she starred in Andy Samberg in a great little independent film called Celeste and Jesse Forever. For most of us, she will either always be Karen from The Office or Ann from Parks and Recreation. Unless, of course, you're multi-Grammy award-winning composer, songwriter, and producer Quincy Jones, or you're the Mod Squad actress Peggy Lipton. In that case, Rashida will always be the first and foremost daughter.
And of all of their, like, the secret academic dreams. Because I came out just, like, really into puzzles. And
Number 3, John David Washington. There are a couple of things that might surprise you about John, and the fact that his father is Denzel Washington is just one of them. When he was 7, John had a small part in the film Malcolm X. However, for the next 15 years, acting took a backseat to football. John was a running back at Morehouse College, was on the St. Louis Rams practice squad, and played professionally in Europe and in the United Football League until 2012. He got back into acting a few years later and has been running strong ever since, picking up a Golden Globe nomination for his performance in BlacKkKlansman. He also starred in one of the biggest films of 2020, Tenet.
Well, because I know Rob's crazy and he might have maybe some influence, but not based, no.
Number 2, Mariska Hargitay. For over 2 decades, Mariska Hargitay has been a staple for our weekly television viewing. Her role as Detective Olivia Benson on Law & Order SVU has earned her plenty of awards and made her a household name. And yet, because Hargitay was also her famous father Mickey's family name, so many people are unaware that her mother was Jane Mansfield. Mansfield was an actress and an iconic blonde bombshell of the 1950s and 60s who lost her life in a tragic car accident. A 3.5-year-old Hargitay was asleep in the back and had a zigzag scar on the side of her head from the accident. Mariska Hargitay's father was actually Mr. Universe 1955.
Fear is such a great thing because I worked harder, I went deeper, I had to be brave.
Number 1, Dakota Johnson. Dakota whipped her name onto the tip of all of our tongues with her starring role as Anastasia Steele in the 50 Shades of Grey film series. Her performance earned her a Rising Star Award from the British Academy of Film and Television Arts. As her career continues, she can definitely look to her parents for help in navigating stardom. Her dad, Don Johnson, became a huge star in the 80s with his role on Miami Vice, and her mom, Melanie Griffith, was a big movie star, getting an Oscar nomination for her performance in the film Working Girl.
I'm doing this movie. Yes, you are.
Do let us know of any other famous celebrities' parents who made it big. Also, do yourself a favor and watch the 2 videos that are already on your screen right now, as they're just as good as this one. And with that, I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.